This trouble may have come. I'm dealing with this illness, but Lord, thank you that you are hiding me, that you're putting me in a safe place, that the number of my days you will fulfill. A lot of times we don't realize it, but we're using our faith for the negative. We're expecting defeat, sickness, trouble. On my father's side of the family, there's a long history of heart disease, high blood pressure. My father struggled with it most of his life, and I could accept that and think that's my lot in life, but I have a different approach. Lord, thank you that my health is invisible to the enemy. Thank you that heart disease can't find me. High blood pressure may knock at my door, but it's not going to recognize me. This is a new day. I'm setting a new standard. The enemies we've seen in the past, we will see no more. Don't go through life expecting the worst, anticipating bad breaks. This virus is spreading everywhere. I'll probably get it too. With all these negative influences, my children will probably get off course. Zip that up. You have the blood on your doorpost. You belong to the Most High God. These things may come, but they're not going to stay. They're going to pass on by. Why? You are invisible to the enemy. Trouble may have been sent your way, but it can't find you. Sickness may have shown up, but it's not permanent. God has you in a safe place. Nothing can snatch you out of His hands. Enemies may be looking for you. People at work against you. Your dream seems impossible. Don't worry, God has you out of reach. He's not going to let you be found. When my father went to be with the Lord and I stepped up to pastor the church, I was very insecure. I had never ministered before. Thoughts told me that I wasn't qualified. Nobody was going to listen. Every week, it was an act of faith to get up in front of people. By the grace of God, the church began to grow and people started watching and listening in numbers that we had never seen. I was amazed at what God was doing. But with the new growth and the new notoriety, there came opposition. People that didn't understand us. It was something that I had never dealt with. This was 4 or 5 years in, and it seemed like every week there was something new coming against us. Some group that didn't agree, and some person writing an article. I was tempted to live worried, wondering if we were going to make it. I felt like we were always on the verge of one bad break from bringing us down. And one night during that time, I had a dream. In this dream, I was out running through an open field. There were these airplanes flying very low overhead, just 30 or 40 feet off the ground, dropping bombs all around me. One would hit 20 feet away. I would brace, wait for the shrapnel. I knew it was the end. It would explode, make this deafening sound, but nothing would harm me. I was amazed how I didn't get hurt. This happened a half a dozen times. Every time the bomb went off, but it didn't affect me. Finally, I ran to this small house, like a cabin out in the woods. I was so afraid. It had 2 small bedrooms. I hurried to one and shut the door. I could hear these soldiers coming, their footsteps getting closer and closer. I was holding my breath, thinking, please, Lord, don't let them find me. Please let them pass. Then my worst fears came true. I heard them on the front porch. They came in the house, looked around the front room, then they came to my room. They opened the door and I was standing there. My heart sunk. I thought, okay, I'm done. And they looked right at me for about 10 seconds, just a few feet away, then they turned around and left. In my dream, I realized they couldn't see me. I was so amazed and so relieved. As they were walking down the road, I woke up and I heard God say, down in my spirit, Joel, don't worry about who's coming against you, how big, how important, how influential. I have you hidden in a safe place. That's what David said. When trouble comes, God will hide you. I look back over these last 20 years that I've been pastoring. There's been a lot of chatter, but none of it stopped my destiny. Most of the people that were against me aren't even around anymore. What you're up against is no match for our God.